This Oahu train is operating and classified to tourists and locals. On the island of Oahu, county of Honolulu, Hawaii, the most expensive railroad project ever built in the United States may cost almost $11.4 billion. Construction started in 2005. This 20-plus mile, 21-station stretch will not fully open until 2031. Another already operating track of a railroad has been in operation for decades. It has no taxpayers' funding and is a lot of fun to ride. The Honolulu Rail project could cost NEARLY $11.4 billion and take until 2031 to be open for full route service. That is according to documents posted on Friday, March 12, by the Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transit, HARD. The railroad between Iwa, Kapolei on the west side of the island of Oahu, known as the Hawaiian Railway Society, is a 3-feet narrow-gauge heritage railroad in Iwa, Hawaii, USA, on the island of Oahu. It had 15 miles of track and restored 6+ miles already without any public money. Not many on the island of Oahu know about this fully operating mode of transportation. Tour guides in the Hawaii Visitors and Convention Bureau keep it classified. It's not part of the big money-generating brotherhood of tourism stakeholders on the island of Oahu. It connects to the new resort area in the Aulani area, but the Hawaii Tourism Authority never promoted this fun and efficient railroad as a historic and cultural experience for the Aloha state. The nonprofit Historic Railroad Society relies on ticket sales and donations to keep this railroad up, far away from the billions spent, corruption allegations by the state like there was no tomorrow. The historic rail uses the track of the defunct Oahu Railway and Land Company. Enjoy a trip on Sunday that started in pouring rain and ended in bright sunny day on Oahu's railroad. Yadu.B. The Hawaiian Railway Society works to save Hawaii's rich railroad history. This educational, non-profit organization was able to get the remaining stretch of track on Oahu, from Iwa to Nanakuli, placed on the state and national registers of historic sites. Today, the society has restored about 6.5 miles of track and works to restore more. 3 vintage diesel locomotives have been restored to operation, and several steam locomotives have been cosmetically restored. The famous Dillingham parlor car has been restored, and is available for rides on the second Sunday of each month, and also for charter. Hawaiian Railway, the operating arm of the Hawaiian Railway Society, has the only active historical railway on Oahu. We offer 2 regularly scheduled rides each Sunday. From Monday through Friday, we offer rides to charter groups. In 1972 important events took place. First, Waialae Agricultural Company announced that they planned to scrap their 062T locomotive number 6 because rust and deterioration had reduced the engine to an unsightly liability and posed a danger to the local kids who played on her. John Noss then contacted Bill Patei, who was the manager of Waialae Agricultural Company, about saving and restoring the locomotive. John then contacted his boss, Captain Henry Davies, of the Naval Ammunition Depot, Lulule, about having the locomotive moved there since it had the only locomotive facility left on Oahu. This was followed by a letter to Ed Bernstein of the National Railway Historical Society seeking information on organizing a local chapter. John received approval to have number 6 restored at Lulule. He then talked to Nick Carter, another rail fan who had expressed interest in saving the Navy main line on the leeward coast for an operating railroad. On August 22, 1970, John Noss, Nick Carter, Luman Wilcox and Ken Peel met at Coco's restaurant to discuss forming a local chapter of the NRHS. Wilcox was appointed to draw up the temporary bylaws. On August 27, an organizational meeting was held at Coco's with 15 people in attendance. Wilcox entertained a motion to organize forming a local chapter of the NRHS. Dr. Bob Kemble seconded and the motion was carried. 13 of the 15 people present signed up. Nominated and elected were Luman Wilcox for Press, Ken Peel for VP, Nick Carter for Secretary-Treasurer, and John Noss for National Director. On October 9, 1970, the membership met to approve the bylaws and charter night was set for November 13 at Bishop Museum. On February 17, 1971, a Waialae Agricultural Company trailer was used to transport Washington Company 6 to Lulule. Waialae Elementary School students gave the old locomotive a send-off before it left Waialae. Number 6 was a magnet that brought a group of talent to Lulule shortly after. A boilermaker named Dave Greiner, a welder named Dick Marshall, and a machinist named Bob Haney were all joined by others who wanted to lend a hand. On October 13, the Hawaii chapter of the National Railway Historical Society was granted a charter. On October 13, 1971, the State of Hawaii, Department of Regulatory Agencies, granted the Hawaii chapter of the National Railway Historical Society Incorporated a charter of incorporation. Now the use of Hawaii chapter, NRHS, posed a problem. The name was too long, and it really didn't say anything about local railroading. So at a membership meeting on December 19, 1973, the members voted to use the name Hawaiian Railway Society without severing itself from the NRHS. One more significant date. On November 25, 1972, Saturday, a dedication ceremony marked the restoration of Number 6. On hand were local dignitaries to celebrate the event. After 84 Sundays of restoration work, a dream came true. In the meantime, the City of Honolulu Rail Transit Project, also known as the Honolulu High Capacity Transit Corridor Project, is a light metro system under construction in Honolulu County, Oahu, Hawaii, U.S. The mostly elevated system features design elements from both heavy rail systems and light metros with a commuter rail-like design incorporated into trains and suburban stations. It will become the first large-scale publicly run metro system in the United States to feature platform screen doors and driverless train sets. The first phase of the project, linking East Kapolei on Iwa Plain and Aloha Stadium, is scheduled to open in late 2021. The second phase, continuing the line across urban Honolulu to Alabama Mona Center, is due to open in December 2026. For more than 20 years, the debate over the development of a rail system in Honolulu has been a major point of contention in local politics, especially leading into 2008, 2012, and 2016 mayoral elections. Proponents of the system say it will alleviate worsening traffic congestion, already among the worst in the United States. They assert that the urban agglomeration in South Oahu is ideally suited to rail. In opposition, freeway advocate Panos Privadaros questions its cost-effectiveness compared to ALTERNATIVES and claims that it will have a marginal impact on traffic congestion. Other groups object to its cost as well as paying for the line without it serving their neighborhoods. The project is financed by a surcharge on local taxes as well as a $1.55 billion grant from the Federal Transit Administration (FTA). After major cost overruns, the tax surcharges were extended in 2016 by 5 years to raise $1.2 billion. However, that additional funding was only sufficient for construction out Mill Street in Kalihi. The FTA stated that its contribution is contingent to completion of the line all the way to Alabama Mona Center and will not be increased. After much wrangling, the state legislature in 2017 approved $2.4 billion in additional taxes to allow the city to complete the project according to the original plan. The process to award the contract for building the final 4.3 mile, 6.9 kilometers, section through downtown Honolulu was suspended in 2015. The process was restarted in September 2017 and is expected to take 18 months. The first major contract, estimated $400 million, was awarded in May 2018. The final cost has grown from preliminary projections of $4 billion in